On December 9th, Roman Catholics celebrate Saint Juan Diego, the Mexican Catholic convert and first Roman Catholic indigenous saint from the Americas, whose encounter with the Virgin Mary began the Church's devotion to Our Lady of Guadalupe. Juan Diego was born in 1474 in the Anahuac Valley of present-day Mexico. Though raised according to the Aztec pagan religion and culture, he showed an unusual and mystical sense of life even before hearing the gospel from Franciscan missionaries. In 1524, Juan and his wife converted and entered the Catholic Church. Juan, who was a farmer, was committed to his faith, often walking long distances to receive religious instruction. In December of 1531, he would be the recipient of a world-changing miracle. On December 9th, Juan was hurrying to Mass to celebrate the feast of the Immaculate Conception. But the woman he was heading to church to celebrate came to him instead. In the native Aztec dialect, the radiant woman announced herself as the ever-perfect Holy Mary, who has the honor to be the mother of the true God. I am your compassionate mother, yours and that of all the people that live together in this land, she continued, and also of all the other various lineages of men. She asked Juan to make a request of the local bishop. I want very much that they build my sacred little house here, a house dedicated to her Son Jesus Christ, on the site of a former pagan temple that would show him to all Mexicans and exalt him throughout the world. She was asking a great deal of a native farmer. Not surprisingly, his bold request met with skepticism from Bishop Juan de Zumarca. But Juan said he would produce proof of the apparition after he finished tending to his uncle, whose death seemed imminent. Making his way to church on December 12th to summon a priest for his uncle, Juan again encountered the Blessed Virgin. She promised to cure his uncle and give him a sign to display for the bishop. On the hill where they had first met, he would find roses and other flowers, though it was winter. Doing as she asked, he found the flowers and brought them back to her. The Virgin Mary then placed the flowers inside his tilma, the traditional cloak-like garment he had been wearing. She told him not to unwrap the tilma containing the flowers until he had reached the bishop. When he did, Bishop Zumarca had his own encounter with Our Lady of Guadalupe through the image of her that he found miraculously imprinted on the flower-filled tilma. News of Juan Diego's miracle quickly spread, and he became very well known. However, Juan always remained a humble man. The bishop first kept Juan's imprinted cloak in his private chapel, but then placed it on public display in the church built on Tepeyac Hill the next year. During the revolutions in Mexico, at the beginning of the 20th century, non-believers attempted to destroy the image with an explosion. The altar's marble steps, the flower holders, and the basilica windows were all very damaged, but the pane of glass protecting the image was not even cracked. Juan Diego's imprinted cloak has remained perfectly preserved from 1531 to present time. The Basilica of Guadalupe on Tepeyac Hill that houses the miraculous tilma has become, by some estimates, the world's most visited Catholic shrine. The miracle that brought the gospel to millions of Mexicans also served to deepen Juan Diego's own spiritual life. For many years after the experience, he lived a solitary life of prayer and work in a hermitage near the church where the image was first displayed. Pilgrims had already begun flocking to the site by the time he died on December 9, 1548, the 17th anniversary of the first apparition. Blessed John Paul II beatified Saint Juan Diego in 1990 and canonized him in 2002. He is the patron saint of indigenous people. Saint Juan was a simple man with a humble background, but was rooted firmly in his faith and love of Christ. Having heard about him, let us get inspired in our own lives to imitate his life of unshakable faith and prayer, and all together say, Saint Juan Diego, pray for us.